Okay, so hopefully this works. I see Lisa and she's blinking. So hopefully it comes on live in a minute. There we are. Hey, there you are. Can you hear me? Uh-oh. That's not a good sign. Okay. Well, we'll try that again. Hopefully we'll get Lisa on here and talk about the cactus. So in the meantime, I can stall because I've been having fun today. It's really busy. It's a few days before Thanksgiving, right? Lisa's showing me some hearts. I saw you there. If you can still hear me, Lisa, you just you went on and then all of a sudden you went away. So I'm not sure if you accidentally hit a button and booted yourself or something. I'm not sure. Try it again. Just try it. Come back on. Maybe go off. Blab. Come back on. But anyhow, super busy getting ready for Thanksgiving. But it's kind of cool because I'm running all over the place and I'm out in the greenhouse and I'm out in the dome and we've got some really cold weather coming here in Ohio. And I'm kind of nervous because it's going to get down to 25 tonight, the forecast says. So I've been out there just trying to think of different ways to keep my plants nice and cozy. And it says my connection may be blocked. That's weird. Okay, worked last time. Let's see, let me try to walk Lisa through this. Well, I hope I can get her on here. Maybe I'll have her. If you can hear me, Lisa, just why don't you maybe just start all over, like reboot and come back on? Because it worked last time. It's just we had this horrible echo, and that was because of the earbuds. So maybe try that, because I really want to talk houseplants with you. Let's see, restart. She can hear me, so let me text her too. Okay. Yeah, well, darn it. Hopefully I can get her on here because we're going to talk about the cactus. Mine looks pretty sad. I actually, when she talked to me last week, I did a little, I did a few of her tips and I noticed some of the houseplant started perking back up. But you know, I've been so busy outside that I kind of neglect my houseplants indoors. Here we are. Maybe she'll come back on this time. There you are. Hopefully. Hey, please come on. Please come on. I know it takes a minute. We have a little bit of a delay. There we are. Can you see me?
Yes, but I'm not. I don't look very good today. But yes, look at your cute little Thanksgiving.
Okay. It's looking a little better too, because I actually followed your directions from a week ago when we did this, and I noticed like I'm getting a little growth. Is that possible? Like in a week?
Well, sure. Why? It might be a bud.
I gave him a little water because I was saying before you came on, I'm so busy outside, getting things in the dome and stuff like that, that I kind of neglect my houseplants until like January. You know, January, February.
That's terrible.
I know. I'm sorry.
I neglect my outside all the time for my inside.
I shouldn't be confessing.
This is a sad plant, I'm just going to say. It's been on the windowsill and it's blooming.
It's not sad.
It's not very nice. It's not a very attractive plant. I think this is next to where the cats sit, and they've been eating it, I think.
Oh, that can't be good.
Well, I don't know. Or they've been knocking. I think they've knocked it off a couple times.
Right,
so,
right.
But it is blooming. That's all that matters, right?
Yeah, no, it looks great. Well, we don't want any dead cats, though.
No. I don't let them really eat anything.
I know.
But they knock them off on the windowsill, and it's in their way.
I've seen your cats.
Birds.
I've seen your cats. They're very healthy, happy cats, especially that big black one. He's so cute.
Yes, that's the one, Louis. Yeah. He knocks things off. When they're in his way, he just, on the floor they go.
Yeah.
He's a brat. We call him a brat cat.
Well,
but we love him.
So let's talk about these cactus, the houseplant,
okay.
Well, see, I'm all confused now because all the tags, you know, I tweeted you one a few days ago when I was at the store with Little Helper. And once again, they said Christmas cactus on them, but they look different.
I know.
Can you explain that?
I'm being technical because that's what I am. I have to know what everything is. And that's what they call them, but they're really not Christmas cactus. I'll show you the Christmas cactus. Let me grab one.
Okay, sure. Ooh, you're in your living room too, aren't you?
So I'm in my dining room. Okay. See, this is a real. This is just my aunt just gave this to me a couple years ago. Well, maybe a year ago. It's just a little start. Yeah. So see how the leaves? Can you see those? Yeah. See how the leaves are not? They're just scalloped. They don't have teeth on them.
Yeah.
That's a true Christmas cactus. And it's not blooming. It has no buds, anything. It's not going to bloom now. It's going to bloom later.
Huh.
So they and like after Christmas.
Okay.
So they hybridize them. Look at that cobweb cat hair.
Pretty.
And they hybridize them. See, this one has lots of buds. But see how it has? See how it has little teeth on it.
Yes. Okay, now I'm
so
looking
it's
at
not.
mine.
It doesn't have scalloped edges. It has teeth.
Right. See mine.
Yeah, and that's also called. There you go. It's also called the crab cactus or crab claw cactus, something like that, because it does that. But yes, here's the little thing that came in it, and it says Christmas cactus. But you know, that's okay. Yeah, yours too. I don't understand it, but that's okay. People want to think it's a Christmas cactus, and that's okay. And it does bloom, but they've made them hybridize them so they bloom now. So we're getting them. Well, this is mine. It's been in my house for a year, so it already has all its buds, and it's bloom. So, but really, it's not a true Christmas cactus.
Yeah, I mean, I think you're onto something here. I think you need to talk to some of these breeders or the greenhouse people and find out what the heck.
Well, I know,
it must be marketing, right? I mean,
right? They just want us. They want us to think it's for Christmas. You're giving a Christmas gift, not a Thanksgiving gift, right?
Yeah, but we need good information out there, right?
I like to have real, the information. And I also have. This is I got last year, and it looks like the Christmas cactus, but this is actually, and they call this one a spring cactus.
A what? Wait, what? A green?
This is an Easter cactus. They call it spring instead of fall. Okay. Spring cactus.
Okay.
So it has the same exact picture. Oh no, it does have it. It actually has the right picture on it. And this is and I haven't repotted this. Don't judge me. But see, it does kind of look. It has the scalloped edges like the Christmas cactus, but this is an Easter cactus and it has a completely different flower. It's star shaped. Okay. And it's beautiful and it blooms at Easter time.
Well, they're great. I mean, they're great plants because, like I said, I have neglected my house plants. They don't really get attention until after, when I have to because I'm busy outside growing food and stuff, right?
Right.
And
they really don't need it. As long as you keep them watered, and it's a jungle cactus. It's not a cactus like something you would get in the desert. It's going to grow in jungles, in crotches of trees in Brazil. So it's called a jungle cactus. So they like high humidity. They want water. They don't want to dry out.
Yeah.
So, and they're actually an epiphyte in their natural habitat. They grow in trees. They don't need soil.
Very cool.
But we grow them in soil, which is fine. They're doing just fine.
Yeah. So how long have you been growing this type of cactus?
Oh, I don't know. Probably forever. Yeah. I have some really huge ones, like huge. Big, huge ones. And then the summer, I have a sunroom that gets really, really hot, and it does really have ventilation. I mean, it does have you can open the windows, but it doesn't really have that upper opening to get the heat out. And they collapsed when it got probably over 100 in there. They just and they collapsed before I figured out what they were doing. Okay. And I lost them. So I'm very depressed.
I've never tried one in my first greenhouse. I'm calling it the conventional greenhouse. My 10 by 12. I did have a few other cactus in there that more houseplant cactus, and that heat in there was just so intense that they disintegrated. Right?
You know what? Really, plants don't want to be over 100 degrees or even over 90.
Yeah.
They kind of shut down. So, and I really didn't know that. And my cactus do okay, and my succulents, but this just didn't. And it probably didn't get watered. I mean, sometimes in the summer, if it's really hot, I have to water every day in my sun. Anyway, I call it my greenhouse, but it's a sunroom. It's got a brick floor. It's got, it's a sunroom. Yeah. But I think it gets very hot in there. And I probably have to water every day. So it probably got dry and it was hot, and it just, boom, they all fell on the floor.
Your sunroom, and actually, it reminds me of a conservatory. It is. It really is. It's, it's beautiful in there. It's like a tropical jungle.
It is. But, everybody wants me to make room for chairs and tables. I'm like, who's going to come out here and sit other than me? And I'm happy to just out here. I can't sit. It's like when you're in your garden. How many of us really sit in our gardens and enjoy it? We get up, we see a weed, we see something that needs trimmed.
Yeah.
So I probably wouldn't just sit out there. I'll have to get up and fuss.
I'm finding like this last year, though, now that you bring that up, now that I'm getting older and I just keep working and working and working, I do actually spend a little more time just sitting because I pretty much collapse.
That's true. I know what you mean. Yeah. We have to sit, otherwise we're gonna die if we don't sit. Your back hurts. Oh, I just gotta sit down now.
I know, right? Yeah. And then you sit down and you're like, oh, wow, this is really nice.
It does. Yeah. I always think, well, maybe we see the weeds, but if someone was just sitting and, a non-gardener, they think you were in paradise.
Okay, so we're totally getting off subject from the Christmas.
I know we are. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so let's see. Now, so I'm noticing, and me and you talked about this online on Twitter. So if people are watching us right now, they can actually follow you on Twitter at Houseplant Guru, right?
Correct.
And so I'm finding they're pretty cheap. I mean, you can get a nice little, 4-inch pot with a blooming cactus. Christmas. I'm going to call it a Christmas cactus just because I don't want to.
Everybody calls it. I'm being technical, but yes, the Christmas cactus. Everybody knows that. Or now they call them a holiday cactus. But anyway, that's
another blab, right?
Yes, it is.
Yeah. So, anyways,
you can get for like $4.99, even like $3.99.
So do you think, what do you think about that? Is that something maybe people should consider as a gift for someone? Or, is it worth? Yeah, right?
Yeah.
You can never have
succulents are very in, and I know it's a cactus, but cactus and succulents are very in style right now. And even when it's not blooming, it's a beautiful plant. And then when it bursts into bloom, then you're like, oh boy.
Wow.
So who wouldn't want that?
Yeah.
To me, who wouldn't want a house plant?
Sure. Sure. It makes sense. And then let's talk a little bit. Obviously, I confess I neglect mine. It doesn't get a lot of water. What is the proper way to take care of these? I mean, do they like to be in the window, or what do you do with them?
Well, they definitely need bright light to bloom. Everything, blooms, the only way to get blooms on a plant is sun. Mm-hmm. It doesn't matter how much you fertilize it or take care of it. If it doesn't have enough sun, it's never going to bloom. So you got to make sure it has a nice bright light.
Okay.
And also make sure that you're turning it, because I didn't turn one, and this one doesn't have a lot on this side. You see it doesn't have a lot of buds on this side. Probably I didn't turn it very well. So if you don't turn them, you'll have all your buds on one side, which is really not attractive. So you try to, every time you water it, turn it a quarter turn. So that you have buds all the way around. And then,
that's a great idea.
But after it sets buds, then we're not going to turn it anymore, because they can fall off. And if you notice, once you buy one of these, and they have like 20 blooms on or buds on them, you come home, and even though you're taking care of it and you wrapped it correctly, don't just carry it out of especially today, you can't see, but we have 4 inches of snow here in Michigan. It's beautiful. It's nice and bright. My plants are liking that reflection off the snow.
Yeah.
Light. But when you come home, you got to make sure it's wrapped well. I don't care what the person at the grocery store or the independent garden centers are always going to wrap them for you.
Yes.
But any of these other places, it really should, and it should not be in plastic. It really should be in paper. But whatever it is, wrap it somehow to get it home.
Sure.
And then sometimes when you take it off, it seems like you drop. Doesn't matter how good you take care of it, you're going to lose some buds. That's because it's been shipped from the greenhouse.
Mm-hmm.
You know, putting a box shipped to the garden center, taken out of the box by people that sometimes aren't very cautious. You know, I'm very cautious. I don't like. They just treat them just like they do the shrubs outside sometimes. Right. And then it gets back into a bag, comes to your house. So, you know, it's had a lot of abuse the first year getting to your house. Right. So it may lose some buds, but that's okay. But just try not to move it too much. Once you get it to where it's at, leave it there. Mm-hmm. Because otherwise the buds might fall off. And then next year it'll do better because it's now going to get acclimated to your home, to your watering schedule, and your light, and then you're going to turn it, and then next year it'll be 10 times better.
So if you're going to do like the finger test in the soil, like what should it be, like kind of moist or, you know?
Yeah, I would say it shouldn't be bone dry ever.
Okay.
It should be nice and, you know, it's a jungle cactus. So you know how in the jungle, I don't know, I've never been there, but I've heard it rains every day.
Mine's kind of dry.
Oh, mine's pretty wet. But, you know, so and it needs a well-drained soil. You know, kind of this is in, let's take this out. I'm ready. You know, it's all like it's like peat moss.
Oh, wow. Oh, check that out.
Do you see any perlite or anything like that? No. Yeah, so usually, cool. when it's time to transplant them, I'll plant them in like a nice cactus soil. Because it is a cactus.
For sure.
And it wants to be drained, but it still wants to be moist. Yeah. It doesn't want to be ever dried out, and it likes humidity too. It can get spider mites. I've had this problem before. So, you know, put it on a pebble tray. Mm-hmm. You know, where you, like, this is a 4-inch saucer. So I get like a 6-inch saucer, put pebbles in it, put water in it, and then set this on top of it. So that that evaporating air is always giving this humidity. Okay. It, like, you know, it's from the jungle. It's humid. Yeah. It's hot.
So you have that on your website, don't you? Like a picture of your little tray with the pebbles? You have the tray with the pebbles on the bottom.
Oh, yes. I'm sorry. Yes. Yes, I do. I'm sorry. I couldn't hear you.
Sorry.
Yes. And I also, you know, put these in the shower with.
Yeah.
That gets the dust off, gets the humidity going.
Hey, you're conserving water.
And so, you know, that's right. So also, like, you can see here, can you see this? Yeah, there's 2 buds.
Yeah.
But last year, so it's 2 leaves coming off this 1 leaf. So when it's done blooming, and I want to give it a little haircut, if you give it, if I trim off these ones, if I trim off where 1 is, next year it'll grow 2. So you're like pruning it, and then it's going to grow more. So next year you'll have twice as many buds and flowers.
Very cool.
So give it a little trim after it's done blooming.
After it's done blooming. I usually, like, how do you prune yours? I just kind of pinch mine.
I pinch them. Yeah, I just pinch them with my fingers. And if you want to take off a whole, you know, like maybe the whole, a couple of, these are flattened stems actually. Take those off, let them dry out for a little while, and then you know, for like a week, you let them callus over, and then you can pop them in soil and grow some more for your friends next year. That's how I got that with my that one I showed you, that's a true Christmas cactus for my aunt, was my great-grandmother. So it's people that have been passed down.
Very
cool. If you look online right now, a lot of people on the Facebook that are on the houseplant places and, you know, Facebook pages, they have houseplants that, you know, Christmas cactus that were their grandmothers, and they're as big around as a table, and there's 1,000 blooms on them. So some people have really babied them along, and they're beautiful.
I'm going to go over there and share them over on the Garden Chat Facebook page. That's kind of cool.
There you go. And also, you know, these want to be, you what?
Put yours on there.
Okay. And you don't want to, you know, they want to be root bound. A lot of things that bloom, when they bloom, they like to be kind of, I wouldn't say root bound like, oh my gosh, it's so root bound, it's dying. But it likes to be snug in its pot. I wouldn't take this 4-inch pot and put it in a 10-inch pot. If you're going to upgrade it, you're just going to go to a 6-inch or a 5-inch. It's hard to find those odd numbers, but 4 to 6, 6 to 8, never 4 to 10, because you'll rot it. And it will take a long time. It needs to have its roots filling the pot before it's going to bloom. So don't overpot it.
Oh, that's good to know. So even though they name it the Thanksgiving or Christmas cactus, it's a plant that you can enjoy year-round, right?
Yeah, and you know, sometimes they'll bloom again for you. I had mine, I'll be honest, some of these were under light. Like, I put them, after they were done blooming, I just put them in the basement on my light stand, and I've been having blooms all year long.
Wow.
So some people they just bloom again. Yeah. So you never know what you're going to get.
No kidding. So I was going to show you, this is not a Christmas cactus or anything. But, oh, I have seeds. I'm going to go plant these in a minute here.
Yes.
Totally off subject. But so next time we'll have to get on and talk to somebody about these little babies. Look at the roots on them.
Oh, amaryllis. Is it amaryllis?
Yeah, but look at the roots. Isn't that crazy?
And you just bought it that way?
Oh, no. I've had this one probably 3 or 4 years.
But you plant them, don't you?
Yes. I kind of take care of them a little bit. There's kind of a science behind getting them to bloom again. Did you notice that? Or maybe it's just me.
No, it's not as easy as we all make it out to be. I'm not that great. Well, my problem is I have too many houseplants, so I can't take care of any one very well. I'll be honest. But so I haven't really had them bloom again. But I know a lot of people that do, so it's just probably me. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, what I learned though is, well, maybe we should make that another blab.
Okay.
Right. So anyway, are you having fun in the snow? Did you go out in the snow at all? I know you didn't.
No, well, I went out to and my poor witch hazel is so beautiful and blue right now. It's gorgeous, and now it's just covered with snow with little yellow blossoms all over.
Oh no, yeah.
I know.
That's a bummer.
All right, and it's time. I mean, it's almost December.
Yeah.
Last year we were already snow up to our knees, right?
Yeah. I forgot about that
already.
Yeah, I'm really sad you didn't make it to the market. I was looking forward to seeing those pictures.
Tomorrow.
They'll have it tomorrow? Oh, good. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
I could
beautiful.
still go. It's still kind of snowing, but I think it's slowed down a little bit. And it's on until 7 tonight. So, but my kids can go tomorrow, so I'm going to go tomorrow.
Well, I bet it's going to be packed because everybody's getting their vegetables and things they need for Thanksgiving, probably, right?
Well, this is a market. This is like a craft show. Not a market.
Oh, I thought it was
it's called the holiday market, and it's all crafters that make stuff pertaining to Detroit.
Oh, well, that's cool.
Yeah, I should have went to the market, but no, I didn't. I'm
when
sorry.
You said market,
that's what I meant. It's a holiday market.
Yeah,
it's like a big craft show with like T-shirts and coffee and things that are made in Detroit.
Well, that's cool though. Cool. Yeah. So that's cool too. So anyhow, thanks for joining me. I know it took a little while. We'll have to do this again, so it's not so.
I'm sorry.
No, I couldn't figure it out either.
Well, it said I think you must have a firewall that won't let me get to you, and I'm like, wait a minute, she was just there a second ago.
Happened before.
And you disappeared. I'm like, I don't have any firewalls, probably.
Yeah.
Even though that is. So.
Thanks for sharing that with us. So I hope will you tweet some pictures of your Christmas cactuses?
I will. I had taken a picture of one that in bloom. It's beautiful. It's pink, and I will tweet.
Okay. I'm gonna go over to Twitter and look for it and tweet it again. How about that?
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks so much.
I don't know what